I'm Steve Sarmento. Welcome to Three of a Kind, a segment where I look at three films with a common thread. This week, we are watched over by Guardians. Part of growing up is learning that forces of good and evil are continually battling for dominance of the world and our lives. In fairy tales, comic books, TV shows, and movies, kids are continually exposed to stories of the good guys fighting against the bad guys. In these stories, a hero will rise up to defend the innocent and save the world from the corrupting forces of evil. It's the basic premise to a vast library of stories across cultures and languages. This month, our Three of a Kind is a trilogy about protecting the innocent from the forces of darkness. The trilogy begins by establishing a fantasy world where the forces of good and evil are defined. The second demonstrates the origin and journey of the Guardian into assuming his role as Guardian. And the series finally culminates with the transformation of individuals protecting themselves into a team of Guardians that protect society. We see this play out over three films: The Legend of the Guardians, The Rise of the Guardians, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, so these aren't a trilogy, but these three films are examples of the way stories prepare kids for facing adversity in their lives. A guardian is someone who is a defender, protector, or keeper of something or someone. Not all heroes are guardians. Some have taken on their journey out of a personal commitment to doing what is right. A guardian is one who takes on this challenge to protect or defend others. Before launching the DC Comics cinematic universe with Man of Steel, director Zack Snyder directed The Legend of the Guardians. Adapted from the young adult series of novels by Catherine Lasky, The Guardians of Ga'Hoole, the film failed to launch a franchise of animated owl movies, but it is an entertaining film for young kids looking for an entertaining adventure story. Unlike other animated features that often rely on pop culture references or vulgar humor to keep kids entertained, Legend of the Guardians is a straight dramatic action film set in a fantasy world inhabited by intelligent owls. As the first installment of what may have been planned as a franchise, this story is a typical hero's journey. It includes all the core elements we expect. It introduces a new world and a young innocent that discovers the darkness lurking at the edges of his known world. By leaving home, he finds himself in a much larger world and having to take sides between a simmering conflict ready to consume the land. If after watching the film, your kids are wanting more, there are 15 novels in the series to enjoy. Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole, is rated PG for some sequences of scary action. As with all of the movies in this Three of a Kind, our second selection is adapted from previously existing material. The Rise of the Guardians is inspired by a series of books by William Joyce, The Guardians of Childhood. The story focuses on some of the oldest guardians in Western culture: Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, Sandman. These are the guardians that protect and serve children as they grow up. The Rise of the Guardians is rated PG for thematic elements and some mildly scary action. The last group of Guardians are from one of the biggest films of the past few years. Anything Marvel has created has been dissected and analyzed on a variety of websites, blogs, and podcasts. There's not much more to say about this film other than these Guardians were each damaged in their past and each had to fend for themselves. As a team, they find their strengths and are able to transition from angry and injured individuals to a group that is selfless and willing to accept the role of protector of the innocent. The Film Board reviewed this film in August 2014. It's currently ranked as number 5 on the Film Board's Flick Chart. Guardians of the Galaxy is rated PG-13 for intense sequences of sci-fi violence and action, and for some language. These three films and their Guardians provide kids with a variety of examples of the role courage and identity play in defending what is good and just from evil and corruption. In all three of these films, dark and evil characters attempt to take advantage of innocent and often helpless individuals. Through these stories, we see the importance of guardians that intervene to protect them from evil. And through these stories, kids see that they each have within themselves the potential to be a guardian. It's something worth sharing with your kids. Not only to be sharing the movie with them, but by talking with them about it afterwards, and discussing what a guardian is and how they can be a guardian for someone in their life. For the next reel, this is Steve Sarmento. The next Three of a Kind is ambitious.